Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Lexi, and this is my story and how I got the Get Your Spark Back master course and the whole branding. And so back in, I don't know, 2018 was one of the heights of my private practice, and I was overwhelmed, exhausted, basically the burnt out clinician. And we have burnout as a concept, but we also have compassion fatigue. And I was feeling both of those things, and I knew that this was really not a place that I should be. And so when the pandemic did hit, I'm like, okay, well, this is an opportunity to do something about it. So I took my PPP loan and I decided to invest in my business and learn a better business. But I also invested in myself, and that was a key piece because in investing in myself, the journey actually challenged me to go back in my life and figure out what are those highlights, what are those low points, and start developing your story. And out of that story, you're then going to have a course and you're going to have a book. And guess what? There are people out there waiting to hear your story, and that you uniquely have this life that you've lived, and it's made you who you are, and you bring something to the table that no one else can. And so that's what I did is I was learning different ways of doing business, and I was also working on myself and discovering how I could mesh those things together. And that was how I decided this is how I got my spark back. So this is in turn how I can help others get their spark back. Now listen, when you try something new, what happens? You kind of fail. So success is not really the greatest teacher, because, well, if you're successful, there's no need to learn anything new. So failure is really like the best teacher. And anyway, so I failed time and time and time again. And it's not perfect even still in terms of technology, or things get glitchy out there, and it's highly competitive. There's some amazing YouTubers, there's amazing people out there who just can rock their social media. And it's like, well, who am I to be able to do this? Do you ever feel that way? You got that fear, that uncertainty, and that self doubt that keeps you from moving forward and moving into your greatness and into your light. And I was there, definitely. And I definitely was, in some ways I'm still there, and anyway. So that was how I got the Get Your Spark Back brand. But there was a moment of just constant failures, zero webinar attendees, no sales, and it's pandemic time. So this is really a weird time anyway for everyone. And anyway, so I wanted to quit. And it was one of those things where I was tired of even hearing myself speak. So I went and did this silent meditation. It was a 10-day Vipassana meditation. And out of that meditation, it was really this moment of you belong outside of your four walls. You belong out in the world, educating and inspiring and motivating people. And so Vipassana is a silent meditation that is not entitled, but it represents enlightenment. And and it really is. And it's very difficult to do now that the world is alive, and everybody's back into being hyper busy. But when the world was shut down, this was the perfect time to do a silent meditation, because it's just you, your thoughts. You turn off the television, you turn off all the social media, you take off all the smart devices, you just shut it all down for 10 days. Can you imagine? Is that even possible? Don't have kids, don't have animals, didn't have anybody else around. So it was like, well, why not? Why don't I do this? So I did. And it was so incredible. It was such an incredible experience. And that was where I really decided, you know what, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is it. And of course, there's parts of my story which you'll hear about in other videos and things like that, it's been a bumpy road. Absolutely. But you know what? You take big risks, you win big, you you just, I don't know, you just get out there and do. And as you're doing and you're failing, you're learning. And as you're learning, you're growing and you're becoming a better version of yourself. And so Get Your Spark Back is about mindset. It's about the nutrition. It's about the movement, because life is movement. And I take people through this journey just as I did, to really understand, you know what, you've got to take care of this body and this thing that you're in every single day. If you've got goals and you've got a purpose and a passion, let's get you to those goals feeling the best you've ever felt, or having your health intact, so that you're not 1-2 punches in the gut and you're totally burnt out and you're exhausted and you're not feeling like you. How can you celebrate success when you're feeling like that? So I want you to celebrate success, but also celebrating your health at the same time. So I'm Dr. Lexi. That's a little bit about me and how I landed and started this journey of Get Your Spark Back. And my first book, and Get Your Spark Back in Health, is so close to being finished. Of course, it's going through a process of editing, and if you've written a book, you know how it goes. But that manuscript is almost finished, and so I'm really excited about that being rolling out soon-ish, maybe fall, maybe early 2024. But anyway, so that, stay tuned for that. And then as far as the courses go, there's going to be more information about how you can jump in and sign up for those. And then again, I'm Dr. Lexi Lane. I'm also running a private practice called Summit Vitality. It has its own YouTube channel as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned. Dr. Lexi out.